Hi lovely people, welcome to my channel. Today I will talk about why moving your body regulates your nervous system. Quick note before we start, I am sharing this as a nurse and from my own experience, but everything on this channel is for information and education only, not personal medical advice. Okay, let's go into it. What if I told you that the most powerful tool for your mental and emotional health costs nothing, needs no prescription, no equipment, and is available to you right now? Not a supplement, not a therapy session, not a meditation app. Movement. Simply moving your body, but not in the way you probably think. Not for weight loss, not for fitness, not to look a certain way. For your nervous system, for your mental health, for your calm. Today I want to change the way you think about movement forever. In previous videos I talk about fight or flight, what chronic stress does to your body and why healthy habits are so hard to stick to. Today we go practical, because understanding is important, but your body also needs to move. And once you understand why movement works at a nervous system level, I think you will never see it the same way again. Remember what's happened in the fight or flight. Your body floods with adrenaline and cortisol. Your muscle tense, your heart races, your body prepares for one thing, to fight or to run. But in modern life, the threat is rarely something you can fight or run from. It is a difficult email, a tense conversation, financial worry, uncertainty. So the stress hormones get released, but they have nowhere to go. They just sit there, in your body, in your muscles, in your nervous system. This is why you feel physically tense after an emotional day, even though you didn't move at all. The energy was generated but never discharged. Movement discharges it. When you move your body, walk, shake, dance, run, stretch, you give those stress hormones the outlet they were designed for. You complete the stress cycle. Peter Levine, who spent decades studying trauma, noticed that animals in the wild shake and tremble after escaping a predator. They physically discharge the stress response before returning to calm. We stopped doing that. We sit at desk, hold our attention, push through, and wonder why we can't switch off. Movement is how your body was designed to complete this cycle and return to calm. And it goes even deeper than stress hormones. When you move, your body regulates. Your brain releases endorphins, your natural painkillers and mood lifter. Serotonin, which regulates mood, sleep and appetite. Dopamine, which creates motivation and sense of reward. Brain-derived neurotropic factor, BDNF, which is essentially fertilizer for your brain. It helps grow new neural connection. It is literally supports the rewiring we have been talking about across this whole series. Exercise is one of the only things that increase BDNF, which means movement doesn't just make you feel better today. It actually helps your brain build new pathways, new responses, new ways of being. For those of us rewiring old nervous system patterns, this is enormous. Movement is not just exercise, it is neurological medicine. Here is something I find particularly important for people who grow up in stressful environments. As children, many of us couldn't move when we were frightened. We couldn't run. We couldn't shake. We had to be still, be quiet, manage ourselves. So the stress response got activated over and over, but was never discharged. That incompleted stress response lives in the body, sometimes for decades. Movement, especially intuitive movement, shake, dance, walking in nature, can help discharge what has been held for a very long time. This is why some people cry unexpectedly during exercise or feel suddenly emotional after a run. The body is releasing what the mind learned to contain. That is not weakness, that is healing. I want to share something personal here. For most of my life, I didn't exercise. It wasn't important to me. It felt like something unnecessary, like another thing I have to force myself to do. When I started understanding my nervous system, then I started moving to regulate, and everything shifted. A walk became a way to discharge the day's tension rather than burn calories. Stretching became a way to release what my muscle had been holding rather than improve flexibility. Even shaking my hands, arms for 30 seconds when I felt overwhelmed, something so simple became a genuine tool. The relationship with movement changed completely. For something I didn't value to something my body actually wanted. And that's why I can keep doing it without willpower. I am just motivating by the result. So what does this actually look like in real life? Because I know not everyone has an hour for the gym, and that's completely fine. Here are the most effective form of movement for nervous system regulation. None of them require gym membership. Walking, especially in nature. Even 20 minutes lower cortisol very significantly. The rhythmic bilateral movement, left, right, is naturally regulating for the nervous system. It is one of the reasons walking always makes you feel better. Shaking. Stand up, bend your knees slightly, and just let your body shake for 30 to 60 seconds. Shake your hands, your arms, your legs. It feels strange at first, but it's one of the fastest ways to discharge stored stress. Animals do it instinctively. We forgot. Dancing. Alone in your kitchen counts completely. Put on one song you love and just move. No performance, no technique, just your body and the music. Joyful movement is deeply regulating. Stretching and yoga, slow conscious movement with breath, teaches your nervous system that slow is safe, that stillness is safe. Particularly powerful for those of us who find stillness uncomfortable. Swimming. The combination of rhythmic movement, breath, and water is extraordinarily calming for the nervous system. If you have access to it, use it. And the simplest of all, just moving more in your day. Standing up every hour, taking the stairs, walking to the shop. Your nervous system doesn't need a workout. It needs movement, regularly, gently, consistently. I want to leave you with a reframe today. Stop asking how much do I need to exercise. Start asking how can I move my body today in a way that feels good. 5 minutes of shaking counts. A 20-minute walk counts. Dancing to one song counts. Stretching on your living room floor counts. It all counts because it all signals the same thing to your nervous system. Threat is over. We survived. We can return to calm. That message repeated daily is how you rewire. Slowly, gently, consistently. Next week I am going to talk about something so many people struggle with, eating and emotion. The connection between what we eat and how we feel and what our nervous system is actually asking for. If this video resonates with you, please share it with someone who needs to hear it. And tell me in the comments what form of movement makes you feel most calm. I would love to know. Take care of yourself, move your body today, even just a little. See you next week. Bye bye.